Hey kids, how's it going? We're going to go ahead and wrap our heads around email. Now, first off, we got to talk about the MyCNUSD site. How do you normally get there? So, are you the kid that types in like CNUSD inside of Google and then you go to Chrome and Oracle on the first one? And then once you get here, then you go to MyCNUSD on top to get there. That's a lot of steps, right? Like, why would you want to do all that? And all that does is it takes you to MyCNUSD. So, if you don't know about our website or our email, they both are cnusd.k12.ca.us, right? Hopefully you have that memorized by now, right? So if you just typed that in, you would automatically go to our school district website. Now, of course, that really didn't help you too much at all, right? We wanted to go to my CNUSD. Well, check it out. That's actually the address. If you didn't know, this is the address bar up here. So my dot cnusd.k12.ca.us, right? And you only have to type that one time because your computer's cool and your computer's going to remember it, right? So look, watch, next time I want to go there, pretend I'm on a new tab. Look, I'm going to type the letter M. And if it doesn't show up, just type a couple letters and look, it's right there. So that'll get you there a lot quicker. Now we have to go to our email. There's two different ways to do it. The easiest way is click email. If you didn't know, your email goes through Microsoft, which is Microsoft Outlook, which is right there. So either way, you're going to get to Outlook. So I'll click on it the easiest way, our email. And this is just going to go ahead and get to Outlook. So I'm going to click off that for a second while we talk. Okay. Now, your email, you're going to have to set up real quick. I don't know the exact steps it says on there. The very first time you go in there, it's always like, hey, push the OK button. Hey, pick your time zone, right? Like we're in the Pacific time zone, like -8, I think. Pick your language, English, right? You just have to click through those couple settings. Then it's going to take you to the regular email page. It might give you a little tutorial where you can click through a couple things. So feel free to go ahead and do that. But let me explain email to you. Email is like a text message. It stays there forever. Sure, someone can delete it, but other people could save it forever. The school district could save it forever. Anyone could save it. Someone could screen capture it. So you have to be careful with email. Emails are like a formal thing. You want to use formal language when you talk. You want people to be able to understand you. So that's always good. And email is the best way to communicate with your teachers, because it's not like you're text messaging your teachers. What are you going to use? The Remind app or something? Are you going to keep messaging in Google Classroom and hope that they see the message and write back? No, email is the perfect way to go. And when you're an adult and you grow up, you're going to use email all the time. It's going to be on your phone, on your computer. That's how it goes for work. I mean, look at this work email that I'm in and check this out. Look at how many emails are in there. Can you see all that? Like it just goes on forever, right? I mean, it's a real deal thing. It's something very important. So we're going to go to new message right here, just new message. Now we're going to open up this new message. And now we just got to think a little bit. You have to see how an email works. First, to, that's who you're writing to. So you just start typing in their name. I'm going to start typing in, Grotham, because that's who I am. And I'm going to pick the person. It should show up right there. If you know their exact email, you could write out their exact email. But otherwise, you should have a little search function. So if not, your teachers will all tell you their email so you could type it in. And once you type it in, your computer is going to be smart and is going to remember it, so it'll be easy. CC means carbon copy. You don't need to worry about this. It's kind of like business stuff. It's like when I write an email to a client and then I'm writing to the client, but I also want my boss to know about it. I could carbon copy my boss. And that means, like, have you ever seen those cool pieces of paper where it's like two pieces of paper together and you write on the top piece and you peel them apart and both papers have the same words on it, like magical? That's called carbon copy. So it's just the email version of that, a carbon copy. So that way your boss gets a copy and the other person gets a copy. So you never have to do that. You don't have to do it. You don't have to worry about it because you're just writing to one person, right? Like your teacher. You always need a subject. And your subject is not your message. So it's different than a text message where you just write out your message, that's it. It's a subject because look, these are all emails and the subject is the first part. Like this person has a Zoom question. So it's telling me. Now, remember when you go back here and you have hundreds and thousands of emails, you're not really going to open up every single one to try to find what you're looking for. You're going to use those subject lines. So a great subject line would be like, I need help on math, right? And then your teacher's like, "Ooh, this is important," But if you give them a subject like "what I did this weekend," they'll know. Oh, I probably don't need to read that right now, or something, right? Or I lost my glasses or something, right? And then you could give another message under that. So let's say I need help on math, and then you start typing out your problem. I was having trouble. Now I'm not gonna write, a big, message right now. But let's say we have our message. Yes, you could format, do different colors and all that fun stuff, add your little emojis. I understand that's all fun. And you could do all that kind of stuff later. That's all cool. But we're just worried about sending it. So now all we have to do is send it. Now, obviously, I sent that email to myself, but it's because we wanted to see it, right? So eventually that email is going to show up right here. And look, here's the subject. See, I need help on math. And your teacher is going to look at their phone a lot, and the phone is just going to show that little subject line right there. So they'll easily be able to see, ooh, they need help on math. That is not, again, the subject line is not where you're writing out a whole paragraph of what you need, because they'll never be able to see it on there. So that's just, I need help on math. And then it shows the very beginning of the message in case, they could get a little glimpse of that. So that's all you need to do. Then now we're in the email. Now I could delete my email if I'm all done with it. I never need it again, right? Or I could just reply to my email. So here is the help you needed. Now, of course, you always want to sign your email because an email is mail. It's like a letter, it's something. So you always want to sign it. So you could write out whatever you are, but usually just your name's good enough. But maybe there's two mics in class, so maybe you have to write it out. But again, your teacher needs to know who you are. The good news with our school district is going to put your name out there, your whole name, but it's always a good habit to start putting your name in there, because otherwise other people aren't going to know who's emailing them, right? And they need to know that. So here's the help you needed. Maybe I typed out that math help, and I'll just go ahead and send that. And if you notice, we have all the messages saved together from Michael, just all right here together. They don't get mixed up with any of my other messages. They put them all in a nice little bundle because they're all little letters. So hopefully that gets you all set on your email. So why don't you go ahead and try right now, try to set up your email and email your teacher. They'll be very happy that they're getting a message for you. So think of something nice to say to them, a good subject, a good, nice little short message where you tell them something good. See you guys later. Have a good night.